Here, ladies and gentlemen, and now, here's Johnny.
Yeah, welcome to the show. God, what a gala event we have planned tonight. Jim, how are you doing tonight?
Okay.
Pretty splendid, huh?
Yeah.
You're not quite as dressed up as usual.
No.
What happened?
Well, we told
Suit at the cleaners or what?
we told our members we had a dress plan tonight.
A dress
and
plan,
Then
yeah.
the girls said that they didn't have their dresses.
They said they didn't want to dress, so. That's later in the show. Yeah. So the girls said they didn't want to dress up.
No,
In
they
other
didn't
words,
have a dress to dress.
they didn't have a dress.
to dress.
Aww.
So-
We feel sorry for the girls.
So these two dressed up, and we forgot to tell them.
Okay, which two dressed up?
Chris and John.
But now, am I mistaken, or is that a new kind of shirt, or does he not have a shirt on?
I was mad, so I didn't wear a shirt.
You were mad? I'd hate to see if you got real mad. I think there might be something in the Agemeyer Network code that says you have to wear a shirt. I'm not sure about that, but how are our girls tonight, the ones who don't have dresses? How are you tonight, Marla?
Just fine.
Yeah. By the way, the police will be talking to you after the show about your, I hear you're into burglary now, but we didn't say anything.
Be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I would be ashamed of yourself. But don't worry. I don't think tinsel's a felony, so don't worry about it. How's the drummer tonight?
I'm fine.
Did you dress up more than that,
Yeah.
or something, and then they made you down dress, like you had a tie on?
No, I got my coat.
Your coat?
Pick up.
Oh, suit coat. I thought maybe you meant a coat like Mr. Woodward. So in other words, the band's just in a general good mood tonight.
Yeah.
Is the band all pepped up for next week's show?
Oh yes, we're all ready.
You're already
you're
good. We
playing,
have.
aren't you?
Yeah. What am I going to play? Something easy, I hope, right?
Tambourine or something like that. And
Something
sing.
like that. And what? That's exactly right. Well, Jim, it's been fun talking to you. Are you guys featured tonight?
No.
Why not?
Well.
You're just not, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not. I guess this will be the last we see of our band till the end of the show then. So,
Yeah.
So have a good time, and we'll mosey on over the desk now. Thanks, Jim. The band sounded good again. What you hear there is a guest later in the show, so we'll be getting to that a little later on. So tonight on the show, we have a super show, as usual. We have John Fieser is going to be out here, and I guess he's going to kind of talk about what it's like to do sports profile, what it's like to be a star. I guess that's what he's going to talk about. And then we have an interview with something. Computers have become the wave of the future, and we're going to interview a computer tonight, one that flew in special just to do this show. So that's all coming up. Tom, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good after my 2-week vacation.
Yeah, you weren't here last week. Wait, you weren't here the last 2 weeks, right? Mike Hatfield filled in for you. Did a good job.
Some islands down south. Took a vacation.
Oh yeah. You of course charged that on your expense account, didn't you? Of the show. Yeah, you flew down on the on the Woody Learjet. Is that right?
I smuggled some tinsel in from.
Oh, that is serious. Did immigration catch you with that? I don't know.
Somebody else did. No.
Okay.
You won't mention her.
What else has happened the last couple of weeks? It's been so long since you've been here. Anything noteworthy? You have a special visitor coming this weekend, you just told me, right?
Yeah.
Can anybody drop by your house and meet her if they want to?
Anybody, just drop by Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday, the visitor, of course. She's going to be here 2 days?
Yeah.
So she's spending the night at your house?
She has cousins.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We know. So is that about all you have to report?
Yes, John.
So you're going to be here next week, though, aren't you?
I should.
Next week we have a very big show. We're going to kind of mind you. Next week is the infamous Christmas show. The show last year that was banned is coming back this year. Hopefully, the cheerleaders are going to be on. No, the cheerleaders. Rob, I don't think can make it for next week. No, we have on the cheerleaders are going to be here, and Mrs. Druin's already making up cue cards right now, so they know who the name of their sponsors are and everything. And we're going to have a party next week. TV Club's going to have our party after the show, and maybe even during the show. So yeah, before, during, and after, it's just going to be one big party. Isn't that what life really ought to be? One big party. So that's what's going to be happening next week. Anyway, we have something tonight that we're not interrupting, are we? I mean, well, we can come over with the microphones if it's really that important. But okay, we have something tonight that we haven't done yet this year, but we did it last year. And I kind of do this because I feel that it's kind of a public service thing, because I don't think that you should be made to watch this show, and I think that you should realize what's on the other stations, and that's why we do our continuing segment, what's on the other stations. So in this segment, we go through, I have my TV guide right here. We're going to go through the TV guide, and right now it's Thursday, it's a little after 8 o'clock. Yeah. And we're going to tell you what's on the other station. So if there's something that, might, you think, catch your fancy more than this show, even though that would be hard to believe, hey, you can turn your set. Anyway, we're right here on Thursday night. Well, we'll start out with one of our local channels, Channel 19, huh?
That's my favorite.
That's your channel, yeah.
Actually, it's not.
Yeah, did you know Channel 19... Did you know Channel 19 has a smaller studio than we do? I'm not kidding. They have a big budget. I think it,
They probably have a bigger budget.
They had to pay Clark Smith that huge salary, I guess, to keep, but he's gone. Okay. Anyway, Channel 19 right now is a new show called The Battle of the Big Big Stars. Now this show features famous stars from all three networks who engage in belching, pizza eating, pie throwing, and mud wrestling.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, but I'd stick with this show on that one. Now, of course, there's Channel 31, another local station, where David Freeman's from, who was on the show a couple weeks ago.
Just one fan.
It's a movie. It's not a new movie. It was a TV movie made in 1980 called The Elmer Fudd Story.
So like, go on and on.
Yeah. This is a movie that is the cartoon biography of the legendary Fudd, his early career as a hotel clerk, and his fateful meeting with Bugs Bunny and their symbolic relationship. I guess they're not going to turn to that either. That doesn't sound too good. And it's been on before, so it's a repeat. On Channel 25, another local station where Christine Zach's from.
Come on!
We have a show called Don't Believe It. It features outright frauds, colossal fakes, put-ons that are too ridiculous to be true. On tonight's show, they're going to feature a man with the 10...
What he said was WCHS.
Security, get rid of him. On tonight's show, it features a man with a 10-foot tongue and a 1,000-pound baby. The host of that show is Vincent Price, so I know you all want to tune that in. On Channel 9 right now, it's just a station out of Chicago, they have a movie on. It's a brand new movie, first time on TV, called Who Says I Can't Swim? This movie is based on the true story, now that's true, mind you, the true story of quadriplegic Myron Buff, who learns how to swim and eventually saves a cat from drowning.
Hey, John,
So we're going to turn that
that
on.
was right. You can't swim, is that right? Is that what you're saying? Inside joke.
The movie on the other station here was censored. We can't read that one. We'll share it with the audience during the commercials that we don't have. Anyway, on TBS right now is a new show called The Hoovers. I guess this is kind of a sitcom. But anyway, on tonight's show, Dad Hoover forgets to turn on the oven for the roast. This is one of those plot lines you really want to follow closely. You don't even want to go to the bathroom during the commercials. You want to stay and watch these. When his boss... Now we said that he forgets to turn on the oven for the roast. When his boss and wife arrive, there's no dinner, and Dad is fired on the spot. So sounds sad. I guess he'll be in the unemployment lines. Anyway, of course, we're on Channel 5 right now. If you look at your little dial, it says Channel 5. But tonight, right after this show at 8:30, when this show's over...
I'll have the time and temperature.
No, that would be really exciting programming compared to this. You guys didn't know this, but tonight is going to be featured a videotape pictorial of Mr. Egemeyer's wedding. So it's that's going to be on next. John and Steve did tape the wedding. They were there with one of their cameras, and it will be on the air. But don't worry, the honeymoon won't be featured, so there's no problem there. So that concludes tonight's segment of what's on the other stations. So don't ever say we didn't keep you informed. If there's something else better on you want to watch, in fact, I think they turned on the TV back there right now. So anyway, tonight, first up, we have an interview with someone very special
What's his
because
name,
he's a
anyway?
computer. His name is Echo, the computer, and he flew in. I don't. Where's Echo from? Does anybody know? Nobody knows. He's just from, I guess, Silicon Valley, maybe, or
Is he from, maybe he knows.
pardon?
Ask him if he knows.
He's from. Oh, you did?
He seems to be very tired today. I don't know what his problem is.
Yeah, I guess he lost power or something. I don't know. Anyway, so we're just going to kind of talk to him. I have some questions here that I'm supposed to ask him. I guess these, I don't know. I guess they.
No.
What? Oh, okay. We don't have an interview with the computer right now. So one of these fun things. The computer will be with us later in the show. Mr. Computer got ill for a moment, so we're going to bring on our second guest first.
It's the refreshments we gave him in the back.
I guess. Anyway, tonight we have, as I mentioned in the opening, we have John Feasers here. He's the host of that sports profile show you all love and watch, and certainly just, you eat popcorn and you know.
He was
in
up
front of
for
it. I think he was. I think he was voted. What was he voted? I don't know.
Most likely.
Yeah, spastic of the year. I don't know what he was voted.
most likely to trip and drop his books.
Anyway, he's here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A drum roll, please, for this man. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Feaser. Hey, Tom, you can come. Tom, you can come back out when we do the computer.
Okay, do it.
So have fun back there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Hi, John.
John, how are you tonight?
Well, fine.
So, what's it like to finally be on this show?
I don't know
No,
yet.
you've been on this show before. You were on last year, weren't you? With
Yeah.
what you talked about the Congressional Medal of Honor that you
Right.
received last year, right?
Right.
You sound like the computer, right? So, did you have a good time on the show then? I was really nice to you then.
Yeah,
Because
you
know,
were.
I last year on the show I made some cracks about your show, but
Some.
as I told you earlier, I figured this tonight all is fair because I've been nice to you so far this year, and so you can handle the questions I'll ask, won't you?
Okay.
No. So how did you get started doing sports profile? You've done it for a year now, right? You started at the beginning of last year.
Right.
And you're only a sophomore, so you started right when you got in high school, right?
Right. Well, Mr. Woodward needed somebody to do the show that was going to be available 6th hour, and there were
Did you-
only 2 of us.
How did he even know your whereabouts? I mean, were you in TV Club at the time?
Yeah, I
You
joined
joined
up,
TV Club,
right,
and then he mentioned they needed somebody 6th hour.
and I volunteered.
How come you volunteered? I know a lot of people when I was, before this show got started and stuff, whenever they'd ask for who wanted to host a show or something, nobody wanted to do it because they were scared. How come you did it?
Well, I wasn't real familiar with, school and everything, and on first impression, Mr. Woodward's a pretty nice guy.
But then after the second week, you found out different, right?
No, he's still a
after the
nice guy.
after the 101st high smiley, had it. No, so had you ever done anything on TV before, like maybe in grade school or anything?
No.
So when you went on as a young freshman, that was your very first time.
Right.
What'd you think of it the first time you ever went on? Were you nervous?
Nerve-wracking. Yes.
You were nervous?
Yeah, very.
Are you still nervous now?
No.
So you've calmed. How long did it take you to get kind of used to it? And
I don't know, a little bit each show. It was probably about after the 5th show.
so it did take a few shows to kind of get in the groove of doing it.
Right. And then if there was a big show coming up or something, that I had a lot
special.
to talk about, yeah.
Well, now on the last year you only did that for football, right? So
Right.
you interviewed Coach Venturi each week.
Right.
Right. How did you prepare for that? Do you go to the games yourself?
Most of them I went to.
So did you just like watch the games and then you'd ask him questions from that?
Yeah, the other ones that I didn't go to, I just, read about and talked to him before.
Okay, now last year you ended with football, but this year sports profile is still going on, right?
Right. We're doing, for the winter sports, we're doing all the different sports. We're trying to get wrestling and boys basketball, girls basketball, everything.
How come you decided to expand on it?
We just decided people, a lot of people like football, but if there's people that don't particularly like football,
Yeah.
maybe there's something else that they would like.
We'll be with you, Echo, in just a minute. So hang on. We're with John now, and we don't just hold on to your microchips there. So anyway, where were... Thank you. You're quick. I like that drummer. He's always on the ball. So anyway, where were we at? Okay, you doing it for other sports because you think there's an interest for it. And do you think people still watch the show? Because I know, just in talking to people, a lot of people watch it when it was football. Do you think that people still watch it?
I don't know. We've only had 2 shows, and I haven't gotten many comments about it.
What have you done them on?
The first show, we interviewed Coach Doty about the upcoming basketball season.
So he came in here and did an interview with you on that?
Right, and then last week we had Benny Schaefer on from the wrestling team, who had just won.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So did those shows go pretty well?
They went pretty well. They were real short because we didn't have any, shots to put on. We didn't have any
You didn't have games, footage or anything.
Right.
Are you gonna put like basketball footage on?
Right. This week we're trying to get on possibly the game that was played last week.
To put on the whole game?
Right, and then maybe
You
some...
tape those games, don't you?
Right.
So you're Mr. Cameraman too.
Yeah.
So you're not only on the camera, but you're behind it too.
Right.
He's behind the camera on this show. He's Mr. Cameraman for this show. So anytime you see a nice close-up of somebody's feet, you can say, John Feeser chose that shot. No, he does a good job. No, he does a good job. What else are you going to plan on doing with Sports Profile? You said it's going to go all year round, huh?
Yeah, well,
I mean, there are plenty of sports. Do you have trouble getting people in from other shows? Is that from other sports? Is that one of the problems you
the
have?
only trouble we have is getting people, since we do the show 6th hour, we have trouble getting people on the show, but we're working on that too.
Well, maybe someday you can become big and do the show in the evenings like we do.
Yeah.
Now, is your show, do you think, how's it different from this one in doing it? Do you think it's easier to do, or do you think it's just different?
They're very different. This show is more complex because it involves more people, where the other show is just me and then Mr. Woodward does a camera, and it's basically only for people that want to see about sports. It's not real inquisitive.
So in the actual way it's taped, there aren't as many people involved.
Right.
Have you tried to get more people involved in it, like TV Club people, like to run the camera and stuff?
Well, we try to, but there again, there's not that many people that don't have a 6th hour that are in TV Club.
So what you're saying, the real problem is when it has to be taped? So it has to be taped 6th hour, you can't do it after school? Or
in the fall, it has to be taped 6th hour. Now it doesn't, but...
So now you could tape it some other time?
Right.
Maybe you could get a band or something. No, I guess you couldn't get a band. Well, what do you... now, you're the cameraman for this show. What else do you do for this show? Because I know you're one of the driving forces even for this show, so you're really involved in this. What other stuff do you work on in this show?
Just most of the technical stuff.
And listen to me complain, right? That when
You don't complain, do you?
Oh, never. No, the last few weeks, everything's been real good. And next week's the party, and who could complain at our Christmas party, huh? And it will be televised. Yeah, see if he gets any food,
The bald
right?
eagle back.
Yeah, the bald eagle back.
I like this guy.
Yeah, he's got a sense of humor, kind of like mine. Yeah, so next week's the big party, and nobody will be complaining then. Do you work at all on Donna Rogers' show?
No.
Remember, he said that, wasn't he? Are you think you've got 2 more years of high school left? Are you thinking about maybe starting any other new shows?
Well, Mike Hatfield, Rob Smith, and I have been working on, of course, the game show.
The game show that's been on the drawing board since. Yes, the infamous game show.
By the time we're seniors, I guarantee you.
Okay, all right. I'll come back 2 years from now and check up on your game show.
Okay, you do that.
So you plan to keep with Sports Profile for all 4 years?
Yeah.
And you hope, and I know just in watching it myself that it has gotten a lot better this year. Do you think it'll continue to get even better?
I don't plan on expanding it that much more.
So you think it's pretty good the way it is right now?
Yeah, there's some things that could be improved on, like me, but...
So you mean like, well, maybe you might like want to get more participation on the part of other sports and stuff?
Yeah, I want to get more involved.
That seems to be your problem.
With the interviews, I need to try to get more in-depth with talking about with the coaches and the people that I have.
More in-depth? Well, like you want to probe into their inner lives? You wouldn't ask any questions like I would, No. What do you do on a Saturday night? You wouldn't ask that?
No, I mean less of the actual game and more of the...
You mean more like the reasons behind it?
Right.
And all that kind of stuff. Would you ever think about doing a show like this? I know you're in the running for the hosting this show.
No, I don't. Not hosting.
You're not in the running for this.
No.
I thought you were in the
I'm
running
in the
for this.
running for executive producer, but not. as
Oh, you
host.
don't want to host this show.
No.
But you want to be executive producer.
Right.
Tell you, being executive producer, you might it'll be an experience. Let me tell you. No, you have Jim and all the band members. All the band members. You guys are all gonna be back next year, aren't you? They're all smiling. Yeah, yeah. If they get out of jail before then, we get a bunch of convicts over there. Officer, well, what are those cops' names? So they're standing. They're still here from Donna's show, ready with the handcuffs. Yeah, Officer Beard and Officer Cyrillic, Officer Bird, whatever. Somebody always calls him that. And McGruff is standing out the door. McGruff was disappointed in you girls. Let me tell you, he was one sad dog. Anyway, so you want to be executive producer of this show,
Right.
and that's about what the plans you have for TV Club.
Right. Well, I'm hoping that, of course, Mike Hatfield is in the running for your position, and we're hoping.
Yeah,
to
he's
do
got
the
his
show
tennis
together.
shoes on. He's like,
Oh, I get it.
Getting
so
slower.
anyway, that's just TV Club. I'm sure it's just one aspect of your broad high school horizon. What else are you involved in high school?
Key Club.
Key Club, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do in Key Club? Do you sell cheese and stuff like that?
Cheese?
Cheese? Cheese, please. Yeah, I got a notice. And did you get one of those? Okay, we all got one of those. Gee, the order. I guess it's coming. They all got one back there too.
You know where it went too.
Yeah, into the circular file. No. What else? What else besides Key Club are you involved in?
French Club.
French Club. You're taking French 2 right now, right?
Right.
Are you going to go on and take French 3 and 4?
I'm hoping to, but I don't know.
Yeah. Let me tell you, it'll be fun. You don't know what my average in French right now is? No, we don't want to. We don't want to hear about that. That's close. No. So what else besides French Club? What do you do in your spare time? Well, like
Spare time?
aren't you involved in the Kids on the Block program?
Right.
Don't
But that's
you spend a
through
lot of
Key Club.
time on that? That is
Yeah.
through Key Club.
Yeah, I spend a good deal of
What do you
time
do?
on that.
What exactly do you do with that?
Well, like I talked about last time, it's a puppet show that teaches people about the handicapped. And what we're trying to do is get Key Club members from Washington involved so that we can, because we do like 30 shows a month, which averages out to 1 show a day.
Yeah.
And that's
Do
pretty
you
rough.
work yourself on all those? Or don't
No.
they kind of alternate
No.
people? Are
Yeah.
there a lot of other people here at the high school involved in that?
Right now we have about 15 people that are in it, and then a few more that are interested. So we're trying to get all those people to do the Tazewell area.
I see. So that's high school in a summary. What about after high school? What about after high school? I sound like Echo. You don't know yet? College?
College,
But you don't know where?
probably, but I'm not sure, no.
Okay. Well, I wish you good luck on your show, and we'll all be watching since that's. I'm gonna tease him. Jim's all ready to start clapping, and well, we could just go on, and he'll be sitting here like this, and he won't be able to move after a while. No, I want to thank you for being here, and we'll be watching Sports Profile, and thanks for being
Okay,
here.
thanks a lot.
Anyway, now as promised, I hear that Echo circuits were put back together, and we're going to do our interview with the computer now. So, Echo, is Echo all ready now? All right, that sounds good. Echo, how are you doing tonight?
What was that?
Can we turn Echo up? Echo, you're going to have to talk louder. Oh, that's good, Echo. I'm doing fine. How are you, Tom? You
Pretty
can
good.
kinda answer
How's it
this.
going,
Yeah.
Echo?
Tell me, Echo, what's it like to be on a big TV show like this?
Well, John, let's talk about the weather.
You guys don't want to talk about the weather for a while. Echo's taking his guts out of it.
Echo. Technical. Is Echo ready?
Well, Echo's blowing up every time. Echo's seen better days. Okay?
Echo remembers the good old days. It must have been the plane ride here, huh? Did something to his circuitry?
He's been sick for a long time.
So, John,
Tell you who's more sick. Is
talk
that
about your private life for a while.
my private life? Well, let's talk about yours too.
We don't have enough time. So.
We, yeah, we can't
Yes,
get into.
I'd like to thank everybody who has done my.
Okay, all right. All right, Echo. Are we ready to go on now?
I hope.
We're gonna try it. Echo. Echo, what's it like being on a big television show like this?
Shall we try again?
How about you don't ask that question anymore?
Can you do a computer? Can you
No,
sound like a
I've been
computer?
trying, but
Nobody will know. Nobody will know the difference. We only have a couple minutes left in the show. Can we?
I'm hurrying.
Either.
John, how about
Echo,
we do
wake
that
up.
question?
All right. Should I go on? Should I go on to the next question?
Mouth to mouth, right now. I remember CPR from Key Club.
you knew that meeting would come in handy sometime, didn't you? Oh, isn't this fun? Just kind of when things don't work, it's so much fun.
John,
Yeah.
can we skip that question?
Okay, we'll skip that question. We'll go on to question number 3. How about that?
Everyone has to bring a present.
Okay. Are we on to question
Everybody
number 3?
bring a present, put my name on it.
Okay. How old are you, Echo?
I am 1 month old.
Okay, he
1 month
said he was
old.
1 month old, so he's not a very old computer, just a nice young computer. Why did you come here tonight? What would you like to do?
On we play a game.
I guess he wants to play a game.
Play a
He
lame or something.
How about a game of chess?
wants to play a game
Well,
of chess.
let's talk about
I don't know if
chess
we
for a while.
want to play
Let's
a game
talk
of
about
chess.
the history
Let's
of
ask.
chess.
I don't know.
Let's talk about the history of chess.
Okay, we're going to talk about the history of chess.
Yes.
Chess. It's a fun
started
game.
in Old England.
So when did it start?
I think it started.
You know, I was
back
reading
in the
out-
days
do we-
of
let's-
battle.
Let's ask our librarian back there, Mrs. Drewen, I think's back there someplace. She can pull out the
Chess.
C
file.
encyclopedia. Yeah, and she can brief us in on that.
Yes, while she's looking for that.
Yeah, while she's looking for that, rains in the forecast, I hear.
Yeah, it's supposed to, the temperature's supposed to drop in the next few days.
Is it? So
Yeah.
maybe snowing before. I hope it snows before Ann's party.
Yeah.
Or we're not going to be able to bury any cars. Anyway, can we go on now?
Mr. Woodward. And,
Yeah, we can invite Mr. Woodward.
Various truck.
Various tries Woody truck. Yeah, that'd be hard to undo, being a pickup. And
After all our TPs and
yeah, is there toilet paper still on the
You
wheels?
think you've got it bad?
Okay.
He feels sick.
Can we ask you a personal question, number 6 now? Can we ask you a personal question now? What do you think of Mr. Woodward? Apparently he doesn't think very much.
Whoa.
What did he have?
I'm going to get sick.
I think we should talk about Mr. Woodward.
Yeah, I think we ought to talk about Mr. Woodward. You know, he's a nice...
Kill a lot of time talking about Mr. Woodward. Because
Yeah, kill a lot of time.
You know, he's an interesting person.
No, he is. I find him to be very interesting, and
Yeah, very versatile in his
yeah, he always exactly. You can go into his office and pull any topic out of a hat, and he just knows information on it. He can talk for hours about everything.
He got it out of the Inquirer, but that's
Of
okay.
course, yes.
You know
For
why?
inquiring minds like you who want to know. Mr. Woodward, one of the commercials. Okay. What question are we going to ask now? This was such a good.
Well
this
done. Whoa,
This is such a good idea, interviewing a computer, wasn't it? Though.
I think
And if
next
you can
time
tell,
we
the
get a
computer
little
is the
mannequin or
the
something.
computer is the wave of the future, as you can tell.
As you can tell, it only breaks down every 20
All right.
seconds. I think.
I don't know what happened to our computer, but our time is up for tonight. Mr. Egemeyer, I know, is sitting here. Gee, when's the show going to be over? We got to get my marriage on. So anyway, that about wraps things up for tonight. Echo, we want to thank you for being here. Maybe when you get better, can you come back? I think we're going to admit him to the hospital.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll send him up with Mrs. Knapp, who is supposed to be here next week.
Really?
She's going to try and make it to our Christmas show.
Oh, just for the show.
Which reminds you, yes, just to the show. Anyway, which reminds us, of course, next week is our Christmas show, so be sure and be here. We're going to have cheerleaders on, but before we go,
I am sorry, John.
we want to ask you what you think of Mr. Woodward.
What is that typing noise?
He is mad.
Okay.
What did he say?
I don't know. But as I said,
Didn't it say something like, I have more hair than he does?
yeah, something like that. He does, though. I like it. Anyway, we want to thank you for being here tonight. Want to thank you for being here tonight. Tom, thanks a lot, and I hope you can make it back next week. I hope you can all make it back next week, and we'll be here with cheerleaders next... Get it again. We'll be here with cheerleaders next week, and I think they're going to be in their skirts, America. So, good night. Have a nice week.